welcome to a special edition of Live with RxMuscle's 2015 March to the Olympia. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, and I'm here with SADIK HADZOVIC, Men's Physique Arnold Classic 2015 champion. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It never gets old hearing that.
Yeah, I know. It's funny because we've talked when you were New York Pro champion a couple times, and I know that you lost the Olympia a few times, and that kind of hurt a little bit. But then when you got the chance to win that first Arnold Classic Men's Physique International, and you pulled it off, it was a tremendous boost to your stock, so to speak.
Oh, it was great. It was so great. That was one of the best moments of my life.
Mm-hmm. I know that we've talked about this before, but obviously the only thing that could have been quite better than that would have been to have Jeremy Buendia, the Olympia champ, in that lineup.
Yeah, it would have been nice. I was trying to encourage him. We actually shot a film together, and we shot a film out in Phoenix. Mm-hmm. And he was telling me, he's like, "Oh, I'm not going to do the Olympia." I was like, "Man, you should do the Olympia." I told him that Ashley does the Olympia. He's like, "Yeah, but I won the Olympia. I don't want to do the Arnold."
Yeah.
I was like, "Come on, man, do it." But he decided not to.
He figured he'd ride the year out.
Yeah.
As the Olympia champ.
He earned the privilege.
Yeah.
So I'll see him in a few weeks.
Well, yeah, you had to shut Jason Poston up first at the International, right?
Oh man. Yeah, Jason's a friend of mine. It's a funny story you bring him up because I was just talking about Jason because he actually blocked me on social media.
He did? Why would he do that?
He blocked me on social media, so I can't watch his updates.
Oh, really?
And
you think he did that on purpose?
I'm not sure, but I like to keep on top of my competitors. Mm-hmm. So I was with my friend today. I was like, "Hey, do me a favor. Could you go to Jason's thing? I want to see his progress pictures." Yeah. So I'm looking through. He looks good.
Yeah.
He looks really good. Yeah. I don't know why he blocked me.
Yeah, that's kind of strange.
Yeah.
Maybe he's pulling the old Arnold on you, trying to pull the psych out, type of
Hopefully
stuff.
he unblocks me soon, man. Jason, if you're out there, bro, unblock me, bro. Come on.
Do you put guys' pictures up like on your refrigerator, the guys that you want to
beat? Yeah, I got Jeremy's picture on
there. Do you really?
No.
You don't even think about those guys?
That's the thing. If I start thinking about competitors, it's going to take me off my plan. So the best thing for me is just to know that, I'm training as hard as I could, I'm dieting, I'm resting, and winning will take care of itself if I focus on myself. But if I divide my attention towards this person and that person and what I'm doing, I'm not going to be the best.
Sure.
So I got to focus on myself.
Well, the men's physique division has had a few shakeups over the last couple of years. Obviously, Mark Anthony being the first men's physique Olympia champ, he was kind of seemed like unbeatable. Yeah. Then kind of the standards changed and the physiques evolved. They went for the bigger guys, the slightly harder guys, which fits your forte perfectly because you were always a guy that people said, well, maybe he's too big.
Yeah.
Now you're kind of like the standard. Guys like Jason Poston fits into that same category, and Mark kind of got pushed to the back. Mm-hmm. The pack. People thought, myself included, that the Olympia was going to be between you and Jason, and we all forgot about Jeremy, who was second the year before, and he snuck in there as the Olympia champ. I've asked you this before, but just for our viewers, did that hurt, that loss for you?
Which one?
The one at the Olympia.
Did it hurt? It's very strange because that's actually the only loss in my career that didn't hurt. It didn't really hurt me because, even to this day, I'm never considered the loser of that show, So I walked away with something super positive from that, where I gained everyone's respect. I went in there to make a statement, and I made a statement.
What was the statement?
The statement was basically, I'm here to stay, and I'm just getting better at every show, and I went from fourth to second. Right. So there's only one more spot for me to go, and you can be sure that I'm training night and day to get to that spot.
Now, I see you at Bev's a lot, obviously. Bev Francis Powerhouse Gym, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about. And, you might train longer and harder than the bodybuilders there. I mean, you think men's physique, well, I don't have to train that hard because I don't have to be that big. But you train with such a ferocity and such an intensity. Do you feel that you train that way because you feel like you have to, or these guys are going to catch you?
Well, I don't feel like they're going to catch me. But what I do feel is, I like to ask the judges, how I did, to critique me, how'd I look? And the judges tell me not to get any bit bigger. After every show, you're perfect at this size, don't get bigger. So if I feel that I need to overtrain to lose a little bit of muscle to cater to what the judges are looking for, that's what I'm going to do. I mean, if I did half an hour workouts, 45-minute workouts, like some of my friends, you know, my teammate Big Rami, he trains for about half an hour, and he goes and recovers and he grows. You know, I could play that game and I could get huge, but that's not the look I'm going for, and the judges won't reward that. So I'm going to cater my look and my training to what the judges want and what I need to do to be be in the world.
Some people would say just maybe don't lift as heavy and you can lift less. But
but that doesn't
fit your lifestyle.
That's the thing. Guys like you and I, we're in a gym and we love what we do. If I didn't love what I do, if I wasn't passionate about lifting weights, I would never get to this point in my career. So it's more of a similar to a guitarist, you know, when he's playing, when he's practicing.
Sure.
You know, 1 hour will pass by, 2 hours, 3 hours. Next thing you know, he forgot to eat, you know, and he's just, you know, practicing, playing his guitar, or an artist, or somebody loves to play video games. You know, they stay up all night and they do it. Sure. Same thing with me and my training. I get lost in it. I get lost in the work, and I'm having a great time.
Because men's physique is such a, I guess you could say, presentation-based sport, as opposed to, whereas bodybuilding is presentation-based, but there's certain poses, and if you look at a double bicep or a front lat spread, it's kind of easy to differentiate the competitors. But men's physique is a little bit more esoteric in the sense that it's not really definable what your eyes are going towards or why this guy is better than this guy. Does the mind games that you guys play with each other become more relevant, so to speak? Like Jason might make a comment about you, or Jeremy may make a comment about Jason. Does that play on people's heads, you think, and affect their performance?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It totally does. You know, when you're checking your Instagram and the fans are commenting this and this, you know, you're going to win, that's not good. Yeah. When they're saying you're going to lose, that's not good either. You know, you don't want anybody praising you or criticizing you. You know, but that's part of the game, and we had to adjust. You know, it's not like in the 70s. They didn't have social media, you know, and they had to wait days to find out who won the bodybuilding show. Now everything's instant. So I could go on Twitter and, you know, send a message to my friend Mark Anthony. Hey, man, I'm going to beat you, bro.
Yeah. So you
you
guys
know, and we could go back and forth. But, you know, I've never been one to, you know, really antagonize my competitors. I'm more of the guy that I'm going to do the work. I'm going to show up on stage regardless. And whoever looks better on that particular day is the guy that's going to win. So it has nothing to do, like, that actually, you know, it affects me. I won't lie. I don't like when guys really, you know, do the smack talk. It really does. But it's something I got to deal with, and I've been doing a better job. And I've just been getting better and better. So that takes care of it.
Does it make you train harder?
No, it makes me lose my focus. I won't lie to you. You know, anytime somebody's talking negatively about you, you know, you kind of get misdirected. You know, here I am, I'm training due to passion and fun and excitement, and then you're thinking about somebody else. Oh, I gotta beat this guy. He said my legs are small. I gotta squat heavy. You know, he said I got no legs. Men's physique guys don't squat. You know, so that's the type of stuff we have to deal with, and that's what makes a great athlete, is adjusting to your environment. And right now, in this day and age, the environment is social media and instant, you know, instantaneous, you know, whatever, insults or praises. So I'm lucky to have more people praising me than making fun of me, so it's great. Well,
you told Jason Poston to bring it at the Arnold, and you delivered, obviously, there, and you came home with the victory. So, you know, do you think that played on his mind for the next 6 months leading up to this Olympia?
I don't know. I hope Jason brings his best. I hope all competitors bring their best. I encourage only the best competition. Listen, if everything goes my way, I see myself winning this year's Olympia. But I don't want to win this year's Olympia knowing that, you know, Jason was off, Jeremy was off, or the other 20 competitors, you know. So I want everyone at their best, and the best man's going to win that night. And if I have all, you know, executed my game plan to the best of my ability, then I have a good chance of winning this.
What do you like about Mr. Olympia, Jeremy Buendia's physique? What do you think is his calling card, so to speak?
He looks incredible. Jeremy looks incredible. I've told him.
What's great about his physique, though?
Well, I told him since the first Olympia when he placed second, I said that, you know, he's one of the best in the world, and I'm glad that he placed so highly because I love his physique. He's got a physique that's similar to mine in terms of he's got a small waist, he's got a heavy chest, and I've always respected people with a very thick chest, you know, because once you start to get conditioned, you know, women tend to lose their lower body and they become flat. But men, when they get so conditioned, they lose their upper chest, you know. So he was always able to come in full, but also have that nice V-taper. So I think that's his That's his most impressive feature.
Why are you going to beat him?
Because I have to. Because I was born to be Mr. Olympia. And, you know, he knows. He knows I'm coming. So
let's talk a little bit about your job.
Yeah.
Because we talked about this a little earlier today about, you know, some competitors feel that they can't work a real job when they're getting ready for big shows, or even small shows in some cases of the bodybuilders. They feel they have to concentrate every waking moment on the training, the eating, the sleeping. You're not like that. You are a busy body. I mean, you're running everywhere. You're working a full-time job at the parents' business, real estate. You'll go up to Kenny Wallach, all the way up in New Haven, which is a real big drive. You'll come here. You're at Bev's at 6 in the morning. You'll go back at night. Explain to me, you know, why it's important that you stay so busy.
Well, first, I'm going to tell you what the beauty of men's physique is. I could easily be a bodybuilder. I could be a bodybuilder. All I had to do is manipulate my diet and my training. I could be a bodybuilder. I could be a very good bodybuilder. But I love men's physique because it allows me to sustain my lifestyle. And my lifestyle has a few different things that don't involve me. It involves my family. I'm very, you know, the most important thing for me is to be there for my family, you know. And the fact that I'm able to help them out and to help myself and keep the family business running is a huge, you know, it puts a huge smile on my face. I go up and I make the 2-hour drive to see Kenny Wallach because he is the best. And for me to be my best on the Olympia stage, I need to work with him. So
now, I think you're pretty damn good up on stage. Your presentation is so good. What does Kenny give you that you can't really give yourself at this point? Because there must be something intangible that he's giving to you.
Well, if you notice the last 3 shows, every posing routine has been different. We never come in with the same posing. But, you know, besides posing, you know, he's also one of my best friends. You know, he's somebody I go to, somebody I talk to, I rely on him. But I practice my posing every single day. I don't practice my posing once a week when I see Kenny.
Right.
I practice my posing every single day. It's like cardio. You don't do cardio once in a while. You do cardio every day.
Right.
So I pose every day. That's part of my arsenal. And I know the more and more I pose, the more comfortable I'll be on stage. And
becomes second nature.
Becomes second nature, you know. And the Mr. Olympia title is so important to me that I will do that 2-hour drive as many times as it takes. I'll do a 10-hour drive. I'll walk through fire. You know, I was getting my haircut today, and I don't know how we got on this topic, but Amanda, my friend, was cutting my hair, and she's like, it comes up to a point where we're talking about athletes and how passionate they were, and they were willing to die for their passion. And somebody who doesn't have a passion like that can't comprehend. She looked at me like I had 3 heads. And she said, "Are you willing to die for this?" I said, "Absolutely." You know, because this is what makes my heart beat. You know, this is my purpose. You know, I feel like if you were to know me before I joined the gym, I was the most unlikely person to ever be, you know, Mr. Physique International or the runner-up in Mr. Olympia. You know, so I really feel that I'm destined for this, and I was destined to be in this industry and help inspire people.
How do you talk about your hair for a minute? You had the long hair when you first came up. You kind of cut it short. How do you determine at each haircut what the length will be? And what will the length be for the Olympia? Have you decided?
I haven't decided. It's like walking into Baskin Robbins. They have 31 different flavors. You don't know if you're going to get a vanilla, strawberry, or chocolate. But, you know, you can't keep on eating vanilla all year round. You get bored of it. So, you know, I just switch it up. Whatever I feel.
What do the judges think? Have they given you any feedback on whether they like it longer, shorter, whatever?
No. They haven't mentioned my hair.
Do you like it shorter or longer?
It doesn't matter. I mean, whatever I'm feeling, man. Whatever I'm feeling. Some days I want vanilla. Some days I want chocolate. That's it.
When you look at yourself on stage and you watch the videos I mean, when I used to watch the videos of myself, I used to be the most critical person in the world. I used to be like, oh, I look terrible. What am I doing? Do you look at yourself that critically? When you look at the Arnold Classic footage of your win, do you say to yourself, I could have been way better?
Yeah, it's similar to hearing a voicemail that you left on someone's phone. You know, when they play out the voicemail, I was like, I sound like that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I absolutely feel like that. When I watch a video of my prior competitions, all I see is flaws. Even if I place first, I see things that could be better. You know, and that's what happened. You guys were just playing the loop on the TV, and I was like, wow, you know, my abs aren't really popping here, or you know what, my chest is a little flat here. So I think that's what makes a great athlete, is somebody that's able to critique themselves you know, and, you know, go back to the gym and improve on it. Sure. Instead of saying, you know what, I was first. I don't need to work on anything. I'm the best. You know, I feel like a lot of athletes do that. And, you know, that's how guys catch up to you. That's how guys go from fourth to second. And, you know, eventually they're going to get the title.
And like you said, that's, I mean, the reason, you know, a lot of guys would say, hey, I came in first. I won this show. What do I need to change my posing for?
Yeah.
It's already perfect.
Yeah.
And you don't, the point I'm trying to get at, you don't ever accept perfection. You're never perfect enough in your mind.
No, I don't think that any human should ever think that they're perfect, you know. So there's always things to improve on. Always. You know, I see it all the time. You know, I walked away from the Arnold Classic. I asked a lot of the judges, hey, what do I need to improve on? I took the list, and, you know, I haven't missed cardio. I only missed one cardio session since I stepped off the Arnold Classic stage.
Wow.
Nobody knows that.
I didn't know that.
Nobody knows that, but I still weight trained that day. So I literally did two-a-days
Wow.
almost every single day since the Arnold Classic stage.
You go to the gym every single day?
Every single day.
Never take a day off?
Never unless, God forbid, there's a death in my family, or, you know, I'm in the hospital because I'm sick, or, you know, loved ones in the hospital. That's the only day I'll justify a day off.
Now, a lot of people would say you need days off to recover. I might even say that. You know, I've said it to people before. Do you think it mentally messes you up not to go to the gym?
Well,
because you know you're not going to, like, you disappear, obviously, if you miss one day.
No. If anything, I'll get better. My coach Cash Guidry, I've been working on for 3 years.
Sure.
One of the best coaches that I know. He works with Sarah.
Yes.
And great guy. He knows my body better than me. He would, if I ever told him I was taking a rest day, he'd be like, you better go to hospital because you must be having a fever or something. You crazy? So he would love for me to take a rest. But I don't take a rest day because, you know, it's kind of like experimenting with a new diet. You try to diet for a week, you record your results, you go back to the drawing board, you see how you did. Well, I made progress on this diet, so why change it? I've made progress, and I've excelled dramatically training every single day, opposed to when I tried to take rest days, you know, when I first started this sport. So I always seen a benefit in training every day for my particular body.
Do you get mental burnout ever? You know, like say, oh, I just don't want to go to the gym today.
All the time.
Yeah. And how do you motivate yourself?
All the time. See, you asked me a question about Kenny Wallach. So 2 weeks ago, I was in the posing room with Kenny, and we have some downtime. I'm like, man, I need to talk to you. And he's like, what's up? And I said, it's hard for me to stay motivated, you know, because I feel very put together. Things are going so smoothly. It feels strange how smooth everything's going. I'm injury-free. You know, I'm full, I'm hard, I'm dry. My waist is smaller. And I told him I'm just having a hard time. Like, I'm on Instagram looking at competitors. I'm trying to get fired up. I can't get fired up. And he's like, you want to get fired up? He's like, think about how disappointed me, your nutritionist Cash, your mom, and the rest of your family were in that limo ride going back to the hotel after Olympia. And they were more disappointed than me. Like I said, I walked out of Olympia very happy, you know, because to me, runner-up is a victory.
Sure.
Everyone else around me was devastated. He's like, next time you feel unmotivated, don't try to do it for you. Think about our disappointment and how we felt flying back to New York after you placed second. So, you know, invaluable, you know, to have good friends around you and people you talk to.
Sure. And
to help motivate you. That's something I would never see myself. I would never think about that.
So Kenny Wallach's essentially your psychologist too, in addition to posing coach.
Yeah. He's also the guy I go eat cheat meals with. So when I want a burger, I go down to Connecticut.
Well, Kenny likes to eat cheat meals, I hear.
I'm not sure about that, man, but
I think he enjoys the cheat meals.
Yeah,
I think
man.
So. Let me ask you this question, because obviously you had your hand raised up in the air by Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's obviously got to be a thrill in and of itself. Yeah. Did Arnold talk to you at all?
Yes, he did.
Did he give you any advice? Did he give you any encouragement? Obviously, this is the first men's physique contest they held at the Arnold. I would like to know what Arnold's insights to you were.
All right, you're my friend, Dave. You know, we're from give or take the same area. I'm gonna be real with you. Arnold gave me advice, and it was the exact thing that I've heard in 2 or 3 YouTube videos that he said, word for word. You know, I could kind of finish his sentence. You know, so I think Arnold is such a busy man, you know, that he kind of just tells people what he wants to hear instead of, speaking, Dave, how's your day, man? How you doing? Is everything going well? So, yeah, man, I mean, sometimes it's better seeing these people, you know, in the magazines
Right.
and on a TV. But when I met Frank Zane, I went down to train with Frank Zane. I reached out to him, and you know, he really gave me the one-on-one time that, you know, I felt that I deserved.
Now, I told you when you went down to Frank Zane to ask him if he had all his Sandows, all 3 Sandows, and he got a kick out of that.
Yeah,
he actually
laughed.
showed off,
Yeah.
took a picture with you with the Sandows, which 2 Mr. Olympias. And a lot of people compare your physique to his, and I know they did a great spread in Flex Magazine with you. What did Frank have to say? Because I know Frank has got some really interesting insights.
Well, let me tell you this. 6 years ago, I was in my hometown gym, and I was training, and one guy's like, "Wow, you got a real Zane physique." I didn't know who Frank Zane was. Like, "Oh, thank you." He's like, "Oh," another guy comes to me, "Hey, you look like Frank." I was like, "Oh, thank you, bro. What time does he train?" You know, I thought maybe Frank was like a guy, you know, like my age. We have a similar facial structure. Right. You know, I thought maybe I look like this guy. Yeah. You know, and then I've been hearing for years and years and years, "You look like Frank." I was scrolling on the internet, I find out Frank Zane, Mr. Olympia, multiple time Mr. Olympia. You know, and then I was like, wow, you know, people are comparing me to this guy. And I started visualizing myself in a photo shoot with Frank Zane. I told myself, really? I must have the opportunity to do a photo shoot with Frank Zane.
That's crazy.
And here we are. Years later, it materializes. So whatever you think about, you know, if you think about it, and if you think about it enough, and you really believe it, you know, with all your heart, it's going to happen. And it happened for me. And it was great. Frank Zane was awesome. Taught me a lot of stuff about posing, nutrition. He actually said, you asked me the question, what do you say about me? He said, potentially I could have the greatest physique of all time.
In bodybuilding or in physique?
Well, I'm not sure. Maybe both. Who knows?
Because he was showing you bodybuilding poses.
Yeah, we're doing bodybuilding poses, and he's not too familiar with men's physique, but he said I could have one of the best physiques of all time. So to me, you know, that really meant a lot. It meant a lot.
Now, the way you train in the gym, I mean, I see you. You train like a bodybuilder in the gym. You do legs. You don't specialize for men's physique. I mean, let's say you win a couple Olympias. Let's fantasize a little bit. At some point, do you say to yourself, hey, I'm a young guy. Maybe I try bodybuilding?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I love men's physique. And, you know, if I could enhance my physique and be a champion in multiple categories, I would love to do that. But for the time being, I'm in love, man. I don't even think about bodybuilding. You know, I don't think about bodybuilding. I don't think about, you know, partying on the weekends. I don't think about anything. I eat, sleep, and, you know, everything is men's physique to me. Yeah. I see myself on an Olympia stage every day in board shorts, you know, and until something changes, I'll always see myself in my own head in board shorts.
Yeah, maybe they'll see you in the posing trunk someday. Let me ask you one more question before we go. If there was one thing, if you had to look at your audience right out there and tell them one thing about yourself that no one knows, what would it be?
One thing no one knows. I'm walking into this Olympia rather scared. Why? Because I owe it to all you guys. I owe it to all my family. You know, when I say that, you know, there's some days where I'm unmotivated. You need that. So you need that adversity, and you need to overcome that. And the fact that I have all my fans, my family supporting me, and you guys believe in me, I mean, that's my pre-workout right there. That's my motivation. That's my gold. And I know with that, when I take that, you know, what you guys give me, and I bring that to the gym, and I bring it to the kitchen with me, and, you know, my posing sessions, my physical therapy sessions, that's what's getting me through everything. So I love you guys. And, hey, man, as cliche as it sounds, if you have a dream, go after it, because look at me. I'm living it right now.
Very well said. Wise words, and best of luck up on that Olympia stage in 3.5 weeks.
Thank you, Dave. Always pleasure.
All right, that does it for another episode of Live with RxMuscle's March to the Olympia, sponsored by Results Nutrition. We'll see you next week.